I had always been cool by nature, yet I married a CEO with a dangerously high appetite. The latest time I turned down his attempt to get close, I saw floating comments appear in front of me. 3 years of marriage, and this ice queen supporting wife has never once let the male lead eat his fill. He's taking another cold shower. If he'd married the siren-bodied heroine, I can't even imagine how well fed he'd be. The siren heroine has already been hired as the CEO's secretary. She starts tomorrow. His good days are finally coming. The male lead met with a divorce attorney today. He wants the divorce done fast, and this supporting wife is still working in the study. I'm dying. I put down the file in my hand, got up, and knocked on the bathroom door. The sound of running water stopped. Nathaniel Cross's voice came out rough. Something wrong? Nervous, but still polite, I asked. I'm done with work. Can I shower with you? The bathroom went silent for a few seconds. I thought that was his wordless rejection and was about to turn away. Then the bathroom door opened a crack. Are you serious? His narrow eyes studied me like prey. My gaze landed on his strong chest. His hand settled on my waist. Heat darkened his gaze. I can help you. The comments drifted past. She's playing hard to get again. The male lead is already at the edge. She delivered herself to his door. That's not just fuel to the fire. That's a whole matchstick factory. No way he lets her leave. Hee. Tonight she probably won't have the strength to walk out of that bathroom herself. Being carried out works too. And they can keep going on the way. She won't pass out like last time, right? He has the stamina for it. I shivered. I had taken the initiative with Nathaniel before. On our first wedding anniversary, I happened to have the day off. On a whim, I prepared a candlelit dinner for him. I even scattered rose petals in the bathtub. That night, Nathaniel was passionate. I passed out afterward. I had only wanted a glass of water. Nathaniel could drown me with an entire ocean. Since then, I had not dared to be too forward with him. After seeing those comments, I was afraid of repeating the past. But the comments said Nathaniel had met with a divorce attorney today. He wanted to divorce me as soon as possible. Our marriage had been arranged by our parents. My father had once done Nathaniel's father a great favor. At first, Nathaniel had not wanted his family interfering with his marriage. I heard that when his father died, he had considered breaking off the engagement. It was old Mr. Cross who stepped in and forced the arrangement to remain. The Cross family was old money at the very top. My family was comfortable, but ordinary by comparison. Marrying into the Cross family was undeniably marrying up. Fortunately, Nathaniel treated me well after the wedding, probably to repay that old debt. I was a botanist. To make it easier for me to observe plant growth patterns, Nathaniel had once waved his hand and given me an entire private ridge after we married. The ridge was full of rare plants and medicinal herb fields. Nathaniel spent a fortune building me a laboratory there, along with a small courtyard house that belonged only to me. As Mrs. Cross, I never had to worry about daily trivialities. I could devote myself fully to the plant research I loved, so I did not want to divorce him. If we divorced, he would probably take back the ridge. Where else would I find a husband who could casually gift me a mountain? Besides, Nathaniel was young, handsome, and built like a dream. If my future child had such an excellent father, that child would already be winning at life. These 3 years, I really had neglected him. If he wanted a divorce because our marriage lacked intimacy, then I could try to be a little more proactive. An hour later, Nathaniel carried me out of the bathroom and gently placed me on the bed. I was so tired it felt like I was lying on a cloud. Exhausted, I said good night. Good night. Nathaniel paused, then bent down and touched my cheek. That's it? You're sleepy already? I nodded and said seriously, I came back from the ridge today. I'm tired. You should sleep early too. Nathaniel stared at me for a moment, looking like he wanted to say something but held it back. At last, with both tenderness and disappointment, he said, all right, you sleep first. I closed my eyes, refusing to look at the desire still burning in his gaze. I had already been very proactive just now. That should be enough, right? The comments filled my vision. Is she blind? Can't she tell he's still unsatisfied? She changed, but only a tiny bit. Nowhere near enough. Does she misunderstand the male lead strength? What Nathaniel did just now was basically a warm-up. He was ready for a marathon, and she already crossed the finish line? She gave him appetizers and soup. The main course hasn't even started. How could he be full? If he'd married the siren heroine, tonight would have been a feast. What a waste. Such a fierce male lead married this cold supporting wife. Ivy is always on that ridge. Sometimes she stays there half a month without going home. Don't sleep, supporting wife. The male lead has enough energy to last until dawn. Maybe I had always been naturally indifferent toward desire. That 1 hour in the bathroom had truly been enough for me. I had no strength left to keep Nathaniel company until morning. I thought that once I slept, I could make it up to him after I woke up. With that thought, the guilt in my chest faded a little. The moment my head touched the pillow, I fell asleep. Half asleep, I felt a pair of large hands pull the blanket over me. I turned over and kept sleeping. Nathaniel watched my sleeping face for a long time. Long enough for the moonlight outside to be swallowed by clouds. Long enough for the light in his eyes to fade completely. Then I heard him say, Ivy, let's get divorced. I opened my eyes and looked at Nathaniel. His expression was dark and heavy. It looked like he had already made up his mind. Maybe because the comments had spoiled it early, I did not show much shock. I rubbed my eyes and asked quietly, can we talk about it tomorrow? The disappointment on Nathaniel's face deepened. Fine. He got up and went to the study. The comments appeared again. I'm done. This woman has no heart. Nathaniel brings up divorce, and she says talk tomorrow. With that attitude, she might as well write I don't care on her face. He must be completely disappointed now. The comments were twisting my meaning. It was not that I did not care. Last night, I had worked late in the lab and only returned to the courtyard at 6 in the morning. I slept for 4 hours before my colleague, Rowan Pierce, called and woke me. Recently, we had been researching a special vine. Anyone pricked by its thorns would squeeze out pale blue blood. Their body would become unbearably hot, similar to being being affected by an aphrodisiac. It could even become addictive. After being pricked once, people wanted to prick themselves again. After repeated exposure, their constitution would begin to change. We named it Siren Vine. We did not know how many people had already been pricked. Our current project was to extract the vine's special components and develop an antidote. Rowan said over the phone that he had discovered something important. So I got up and rushed to the lab, then threw myself into the experiment. I worked until 6 in the evening before driving back to the Cross estate. After dinner, I went to the study to read papers and references. The fact that I had not fallen asleep in the bathroom was already impressive. At that moment, not even the sky falling could stop me from sleeping. The comments kept going. Fine, you're noble, you're cool, career first, male lead second. To be fair, Ivy having ambition is good, but Nathaniel needs someone who provides emotional value. So they're fundamentally incompatible. This marriage was forced together. Both of them are tired. Nathaniel has had enough of being neglected. He's drafting the divorce agreement in the study right now. Ivy can go marry her laboratory. Even my dreams were full of experiments. I dreamed that just as I was about to develop the antidote, the lab door slowly opened. Nathaniel's bodyguard took out a seal and pasted it across the door. With perfect respect, he said, Mrs. Cross, Mr. Cross is reclaiming the ridge. The lab will be sealed. You have 3 days to move out. The dream shifted. I hugged Nathaniel's leg. No, Nathaniel, can you not divorce me? Can you not take back the lab? In the dream, Nathaniel threw the divorce agreement onto my face and said coldly, no. The next morning, the comments woke me up. Ha ha ha, what kind of ridiculous dream was that? It's kind of funny. In the dream, she actually hugged his leg and begged him. The contrast is wild. If she had that awareness in reality, Nathaniel wouldn't be divorcing her. Nathaniel went to work at Cross Group early this morning. Before he left, he took the divorce agreement he drafted last night. This afternoon, he's meeting attorney Locke to discuss the divorce. Ivy finally gave herself a day off. Might as well pack and leave. I rubbed my temples. Last night's dream had indeed been dramatic. Nathaniel had always been generous. Even if we divorced, he probably would not cut things off that harshly. If we truly had to divorce, maybe I could try to negotiate for the lab, but I really did not want to leave. Nathaniel had always supported my career. He had also given me enough space to pursue the work I loved. I knew it would be hard to find a better partner. I also knew that during these 3 years, I had fallen for him. I made my decision. I would win him back. As long as I had not signed the divorce papers, there was still a chance. The comments cut in. Probably no chance. The siren heroine is delivering coffee to him right now. She could tell at one glance he's been starving for a long time. Men like that are the easiest to tease. The moment the heroine makes a move, the CEO's office becomes their battlefield. Hee. Nathaniel's office has a private suite and bathroom. He prepared all kinds of tricks and props, but no matter how often he hinted, Ivy never went to his company. Now he can use all of that with the siren heroine. Top-tier soundproofing. They can be as wild as they want. I shot out of bed. I decided to dress carefully and bring afternoon tea to Cross Group. I made the desserts myself. The little cakes were decorated with flowers, fruit, and green leaves, full of spring. The comments drifted by. Didn't expect that. She actually made cakes for Nathaniel. The makeup, the dress, the cakes. There's some sincerity here. Has she finally understood? This doesn't look like she's delivering afternoon tea. She's delivering herself. Where was this effort before? She waits until he wants a divorce to start winning him back. Too late. The male lead and heroine are already burning up in the office. I still trusted Nathaniel's character. Even if he wanted a divorce, the process had not begun yet. He should be able to control himself. Not necessarily. He can control himself around other women. But Sienna is the heroine of this story. Nathaniel's heroine. When the male lead and heroine meet, there's chemistry. You get it. Besides, Ivy knows how long it's been since she let him enjoy himself. I drove my SUV toward Cross Group. As soon as I entered the lobby and prepared to ask the front desk for directions, the receptionist recognized me. You're Mrs. Cross, right? I'll call Mr. Cross now. I paused. You know me? After all, it was my first time coming to Cross Group. The receptionist smiled and explained, there's a photo of you and Mr. Cross in the company culture display. Then she dialed the CEO's office extension. Mr. Cross, hello. Mrs. Cross is here, on the first floor. Nathaniel said on the other end, bring her up. Of course, Mr. Cross. After hanging up, she led me to the CEO's private elevator. The CEO's office was on the 9th floor.